So the episode that just came out this week on the mainline feed on all podcasting platforms like SoundCloud and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Overcast, Outcast, the band. Yeah, Andre 3000 is actually playing our podcast live as we speak.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. Right here.
Yeah. But it's about kind of the vague way that we talk about menswear. We talk a little bit about like why we are so vague, and not like vague as in mysterious, but like kind of like this kind of nebulous, like everything to us is kind of like menswear or classic menswear, and how we use that in the way that we think about menswear, so we can kind of make outfits that, you know, are simultaneously quote adventurous or out there, but also still retain the identity of like classic, vintage, or contemporary menswear. So it's a really fun episode. We also talk about a little bit about the terms that are often used interchangeably, like tailoring. And as we learned recently, on our friend Dan had posted his little essay. It's not even an essay. It's like an inspo album with like one sentence.
Yeah.
And he posted it in Female Fashion Advice. And to my surprise, like they kind of gave him shit for using tailoring in like the same way that we use it. I don't know if like women in women's fashion, they don't really use it in that way.
Well, I mean, I think to maybe be fair to us, I think in that thread they were looking for almost any excuse to get mad. So
yeah, I mean, it doesn't like it doesn't help
it was everyone was mad at him, so it was like, you know.
It was like icing on the cake.
It was not a good vibe in that thread.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever, to answer anyone. I know we get this question asked a little bit like on DMs and sometimes in the stream, but like, oh, when are you and Spencer going to talk about like women's vintage or like women's style? And I'm like, now I am not going to do that.
To me.
No.
I mean, I think we would. I mean, I think we could sometime. But I think it would be very clear. It would probably be biased by either what we would wear ourselves or what we find attractive. And I feel like there's no really easy way to avoid those, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then also we wouldn't post it in a majority women subreddit. That's kind of the rule of thumb, you know? Like I don't post like, when I talked about like merch and everything, I didn't post that in our streetwear. Like I feel like if I did that, I would get eviscerated or something. You know,
stick to your tribe.
Yeah, I mean, I barely get enough traction in MFA as it is, you know. But in there anyway. So for those of you who didn't know, in there they kind of latched on to like, oh, why is this guy using tailoring when he means suits and blazers? And I think that's crazy to hear, because that's exactly what it means. And because they're like, oh, it should mean things that are made by a tailor. And I'm like, dude, that's everything, man. Like, that's and we even say that in the episode where we're like, when we say tailoring, obviously it could mean anything made by a tailor. And, you know, if you think about like World War II, when like military tunics were made or whatever, like they enlisted tailors to do that because they needed people making this stuff like around the clock, you know, like what was like a bicycle factory would like make airplane parts, right? Like that's how it was back in World War II, or you know,
back in the day.
I guess that was like the only like big war that involved everybody. But yeah, and that one it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting how. I mean, yeah, I meant like the World War II was the last one that involved like a bunch of people.
Yeah. It was the big one, not just the big one.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you're in a room, like a little Coliseum-ish kind of thing, and then a guy smokes a pipe, and you're in this is 1922 or 26. A guy smokes a little pipe and blows it out, and you see another war again. You know, and people being
if we don't put these Muggles in their place.
Yeah, this is what happens when Muggles do that. No badges, actually.
Oh, sorry, no badge.
No badge.
The dumbest.
Yeah, we gotta.
Man, are they still making a third one?
I have no idea. I don't know if they're gonna make another event. Again, it's dumb that the series is called the Fantastic Beast series, because that's the dumbest. Like that's really like it doesn't.
It should be called the Where to Find Them series.
Right.
Or just call it like the Grindelwald like trilogy or whatever, you know, like just call it like, you know, like it's dumb. All these like sequel and prequel stuff. Again, we're a little off topic, but I hate like the new names they give it. Like, of course, there's Fantastic Beasts. You got the weird Fast and Furious name, and you've also got like, you know how like in Star Wars it's called like, oh, the the Clone Wars, and then there's the Galactic Civil War, and then you know what the one for the sequel trilogy is called?
What?
It's called the First Order Resistance War.
Dumb.
That's it. That's all it's called. Like it's like that. It's so
The
dumb.
Australian Emu War.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's what they're going for. Either way, it just makes the whole thing seem trivial. But yeah. Anyway, back to the main point here. Like, yeah, some people see words differently. And that can kind of contribute to. I think, maybe we didn't discuss this in the episode, but I think maybe the way people kind of latch onto semantics and stuff is kind of maybe why their style is so rigid. Maybe, like, I don't want to say that that's true for everybody, but like, whenever, like, there were a couple times I would talk like, oh yeah, tailoring, like, isn't tailoring like stuff made by a custom tailor or things that are altered? And I'm like, and this guy's like fighting me on it, but I'm like, dude, you wear fucking Aeropostale, like, you can't, you got nothing to say to me on this topic, dude. Like,
people just love subscribing to like really dumb.
Yeah, people
Like
love rules.
why Shell Cordovan boots don't breathe.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But it's like, it's like the same thing where like they when people look at clothing in terms of like formality and stuff, where they're like for us, right, like classic menswear is just like a vibe, but to a lot of people, like, classic clothing means like a suit because it just means formality and wearing something that's supposed to be like put together. But like that's not how it was, thought about back in the day. It was just like clothing, right? And so I don't know. I guess we could talk about that and maybe like what actual, like, what menswear means to like each of us. Could go talk to Jason Kiyoshi. I wish Aldous was here. He was here like 2 seconds ago and then just fucking disappeared like a
Ghost.
yeah, I would say like Grindelwald at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Apparating out of there.
Have we ever seen Aldous and Grindelwald in the same room?
Wow, that's
What's a classic
point.
Grindelwald? What's a classic Grindelwald quote?
I'm Grindelwald and I'm gonna kill this baby.
Oh wait, what does he say? Like, oh, do we bleed just a little or something like that?
Isn't that from Dark Knight? Or sorry, Batman versus Superman?
Damn it, hold on. Grindelwald
I hate when I get those two
quote,
mixed up.
end of Fantastic Beasts. Let's see here. We all die just a little.
And no, we will all die 100%.
100%. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't.
Of us will die 100%.
I'm not sure exactly.
60% of the time.
Now that I'm looking at this, it kind of reminds me of my own blog title, which is unfortunate. We all die just a little bit of rest. You
should just.
But yeah, I mean,
you should change it again.
Grindelwald.
We should change it back to Street Espresso.
Oh God, I hate how if you still look it up, I mean that's probably the easiest way to find the blog on Google. I don't know, like Jason, like, what do you think about stuff like this? Like, do you think like what does menswear, or maybe classic menswear, to be a little bit more specific? What does that mean to you exactly?
It's really just like a jumping off point, Obviously, I use classic. Obviously, is like sort of. I look at a lot of obviously 70s and like golden age and all that stuff to get inspiration for what I'm doing now. But like I said, it's really just a blanket term. And when people say classic menswear, I think about like suits or sport coats, and I think about a lot of like what the glory days of it were, versus like when someone says someone says hashtag, someone says menswear, it's a much, broader thing, but then classic menswear is like, it's still broad, but it's a little more focused. For me, it's like, like tailored goods.
And you also think tailored like us, right? Where like, it's like, again, to me, it's, as we say in the episode, which you also listen to, like, tailoring is a vibe. Like classic menswear is like the umbrella term, or even menswear, right? And then tailoring refers to like things that approximate a suit, sport coat, trouser, you
Right.
know, and things can go along with it to make a tailored look. Like you can wear penny loafers and a trouser to look more tailored, and then or you could wear penny loafers with jeans and look less tailored.
Right.
You know,
Or
like
you can wear a dinner jacket with jeans and a penny loafers.
yeah, and that's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of tailored, kind of,
Yeah.
you know, like to me, like it involves a little bit of like fit and silhouette. Usually, there's some kind of drape involved, you know, but yeah, I mean, so do you think of it like that? Did you ever think of it in terms of like really specific like specific semantics? You know, was that ever a thing for you, or were you always?
Yeah, I mean, I think for everybody there was that moment, you know, when they all started getting into this was like, oh, this is exactly what this means, you know. Tailoring is, you know, everything had to, or, you know, I love the term, you know, like in hashtag menswear, and it's like, oh, you got to get that tailored, which just meant making it really tight. You
Yeah,
know, so
kind of, yeah.
you know, but it was like, yeah, it's like, oh, tailoring, that's suits, that's sport coats, and that's it. You know, yeah, it wasn't a vibe. You know, you didn't look more or less tailored or anything. It was like, this is exactly what it is. These are the rules. And obviously, as life has gone on, you know, we've all evolved into just, yeah, there are no rules. You know, we're going to die, so let's have fun.
Hmm.
You can quote that. But yeah, it's like when people say classic menswear, it really is just sort of it's an umbrella. It's a slightly more focused umbrella term that can be anything. There really aren't any rules to it. You know, obviously, it's like I think of like classic menswear as you're taking inspiration from a specific sort of thing, but you're not following, you know, a chunk of rules.
Right.
You know, because I mean, I take inspiration from, you know, 20s, 30s, 40s, you know, and 70s and all that.
Not
But I'm
50s.
not. I mean, I take inspiration from the 50s too. But it's like I'm not trying to repeat or remake anything, and I'm not
You
trying to
can't
follow
repeat the
specific.
past, Gatsby.
That's true.
You know,
You can't repeat the past.
I mean, yeah. I think what we kind of figured out, and you know, obviously, the fact that we're all in the Discord together, and as we said before, we all kind of think about things in the same way. Classic men or menswear is something that is kind of determined by like a visual look. A lot of these ideas, again, like with like when I talked about like how I differentiate with tailoring, it's about like what it looks visually. You know, like streetwear is a form of men's fashion or menswear, but I wouldn't say that visually menswear and streetwear look the same. You know, there are obviously pieces or clothing or outfits that like look similar to each other, but there's like a kind of like this unspoken idea of what classic menswear or regular menswear is. And I think it's really cool, like you said, like it's about like referencing something specific, you know, or specific to the sense of like there's an intentional idea of what it is in your mind. And I think it's kind of the same way where like to me classic menswear is always like classic pieces. It's even if you can't really describe it, like, you know, like, oh, is like a parka classic menswear, is a down jacket classic menswear, when the answer is yes, because those things have existed for a long time. The idea is that it's just that when you wear it in a certain way, it's not streetwear. You know, it's kind of like it kind of is whatever is like left over. Like a coat, like there's a lot of times where streetwear can wear stuff that is similar to classic menswear, but it's not like the same kind of thing.
Right. It's just like how you wear it too plays into
yeah, yeah. David says here, if there's time, we could show some pics about what could be classic menswear and what is not. Yeah, maybe we could like go through some Instagrams or something like that, Spencer.
We can go through some Instagrams.
Some instant grams.
Yeah. And again, if anyone else wants to jump in and talk about this kind of thing, like feel free here. I mean, it's kind of a big topic. And of course, like I said, you know, every time I talk about Psy or these people that I've met, you know, it's like when we talk to these people, it's like the people who are new to this or have kind of a narrow view or feel like they can't do something often have a very specific notion of what classic menswear is. Not just in that it's like, not streetwear, but it's like, oh, it's always suits or whatever, or it's always vintage, as opposed to like how menswear like, it's we like to call our style menswear classic menswear, but it's like there's not really a like it doesn't really fall into like just suits or just workwear. It's kind of like this, again, nebulous mixture of it all,
Mhm.
Any other points, Spencer? Yeah.
No. I have
okay.
I'm like a sphere. I have no points. Sorry, I was gone for a bit, so I missed the first part of this. But I am ready to I'm ready to switch over to Instagram.
But yeah, I mean, we could just, if things have come up, pick it up as we talk about it. But
Yeah.
I think a big thing, a good example here is like what we talked about in the episode, is like the difference between like, not really difference, but like how broad hashtag menswear is. Maybe we can look at hashtag menswear.
Oh,
and
that
see
would be
what comes.
fun. I haven't looked at the actual hashtag in quite a bit. So
And so, yeah, I mean, for example here, right? Like it's kind of funny where obviously to a lot of us, hashtag menswear is like the blogger blue suits, the tan shoes, the kind of more influencery stuff. But then there's this kind of self-referential part where we talk about like, oh, a hashtag menswear guy or classic menswear guy, like Rubato and Drake's and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that involved too. It's obviously a joke, but a couple people did message me like it's the same thing, or like being very like, oh well, only one is timeless. And I'm like, I mean, I guess so. I mean, it's fine,
Use that word
but
again.
I know, but it's like the idea is that it is a kind of nebulous thing, because it's like it would be, I think people don't like to insinuate that like the Armory or whatever is hashtag menswear when it still absolutely is, but it's like it can still all be just fashion, right? Like it's still trend, like there's still trends involved, like that's kind of like the whole thing that we've like kind of pushed, where like it's not fair to exactly call it like something super like trend immune or whatever. I love how the top post apparently right here, which obviously is not performing too well,
yeah, 143
is a picture.
I can't even sort by. Oh, here we go. Recent. Wow, is this?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, the first part is top. So I like here the top post is like Chelsea boots.
Yeah,
like that's kind of.
Well,
and then like right next to it. Yeah. Okay.
Just
go.
Is this like just a Goodyear welt?
No, it's looks like
Switches love a Goodyear welt.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. We have.
What I love right next to it, you've got like a really great, like, again, I would still say this is like menswear-ish, right? But like, we got like the cap, like the tubular tee or whatever, like work pants. But then of course it's like to me that makes it kind of menswear-y, like heritage. But of course you got some kind of fun stuff like the happy coat and the raggi, I think here. Or hanten, I guess that's another term for whatever, or a different idea of what this is. And then some patchwork, like with like the kind of like Japanese fabric.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Even though it's not even it's patched.
It's just patched.
Yeah, because it's not even like patchwork. It's like it's just on random parts of it. Oh, Davis is a little cultural appropriating. I'm not entirely sure on this. I mean, the thing is, like, I have a Kanten code or happy code, or like different versions of like or inspired garments I got while I was in Japan, and then so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Curious, David.
Let's see what else we got. So we have a very
from an
Instagram called Denim and Whiskey.
He's a Christian.
Yeah.
But that's his job. His job is being Christian. Oh well, his name is Christian, but his job might also be
38,000 followers. This guy's killing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to say.
Hold on. Looks like
I imagine we probably have like a couple mutuals, right? Well, maybe not on this account, but.
No, I was gonna say it looks like Matt Hrannick's got like, so if Matt Hrannick's the suiting guy, Looks like you got like the workwear and heritage guy doing the same kind of thing here. Really cool shirt though.
Yeah, good shirt. He's got the bottle right there.
Wait, click it. Is it sponsored?
I mean, it has to be.
Yep.
Oh wait.
Logo facing out, baby.
Yeah.
If it's not sponsored, he wants to be.
Yeah, if he tags the whiskey in it, they'll sponsor him.
Why is he wearing that shirt?
Too cool for school? My man, you look 50.
See, that's kind of hashtag menswear, right? Like you're wearing like a leather jacket with like a spread collar shirt.
Yeah.
You know?
Here we go.
Always dressing yourself cool to be, right?
Cool shirt.
Hey, how about a waistcoat with Henley?
Leather waistcoat.
But, okay, there it looks okay. I would say this is probably better than. I mean, again, no offense to Dan, but like,
should we go over there?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, go do some articles of style. Like, is it better that it's like not a like suit fabric, right? Like, does that make it less bartender? I mean, or is it bartendery? I love it.
That's very bartender.
Wait, hold on. He hashtagged it MNSWR. Can we like make a new tab with that just to see?
Yeah, we'll see what that is.
Yeah, vowels are so.
We have a new tag open. Oh my god.
There you go. There you go. There it is. See, like, okay, this is
This makes me want to scream.
Right? This is like, look at that, man. Let's check this guy.
And then it says follow back.
Yeah, like look at that damn hat with that vest.
Well, no, you've met her before. You know who this is, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, look at that damn hat and that vest.
Yeah, we're not focused.
Hold on. The red suit, kind of sick. It's kind of sick though. This is kind of cool,
pretty cool.
Actually.
Someone call Ellen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's worn. He's wearing it.
You know what I should
do?
The next bespoke shirt I have, I am putting that. I'm having that embroidered on the cuff on the inside.
Somebody tell Ellen.
Somebody tell Ellen. It's gonna be in there.
Pretty
but
good.
No, I mean, okay, go back to it. Let's dissect this a little bit. Like, obviously, we're gonna call this hashtag Mentor based on like the vibes, right? Like,
yeah,
you know,
like
the gold watch, the walking, the
brow
pin.
lines, whatever.
Yeah, but it's also like. But it's like, say this was me, like I would wear a suit like this. This is like the button stance is really good. The wide set, the lapels look fine. I wouldn't roll up
like this.
You wouldn't wear, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't wear it like this. I wouldn't wear, David the faded glasses. But it's like, would this be like? I guess the exercise with like what hashtag menswear is, right? Is like, if I don't know. Maybe not Jake Grantham. Maybe it's like Jay Muser. If he wore this, like, would we say that this is like hashtag menswear or whatever?
I think a lot of the
this is rough because it's like a Santa suit red. Unfortunately, it's the color red that's the problem for me.
I was looking for that. I was like, it looks like something already.
I just don't. Like this
how would you?
Red.
I think if you softened up the shoulders, it would be.
What do you mean
really
soft? Nice. Those things are drooping off already, man.
Yeah, no. Like, get rid of the pad. There's clearly a shoulder pad in there.
I mean, it just looks. I mean, it's a neat line. I think. I mean, that's probably the good part of this.
And I'd probably never button it. I think the buttoning of it makes it too.
I don't know. Like for me, even though, like, I mean, yeah, I would wear this to a Christmas party. Dude, I'd be sexy Santa. I would wear this with like a black silk shirt and like a beret. No. I would do it like Michael Scott,
like
Santa, where he wears it with like a Santa hat, but then with like a black shirt and the red suit, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
I feel like that's kind of fun.
A black silk shirt would look cool with this, like those Edward Sexton silk shirts.
Exactly.
Would look really cool with that.
Hashtag menswear. Is that where we're going with this?
I mean, it's kind of like where does this fall into? Like, how menswear would we call this or classic?
I mean, this is like a pity peacock look, which I feel like is a
it's
subset of hashtag menswear.
But it's also a relatively tame one, though. I mean, we can't see how the pants are, but it's. I will say again, I'm not being being too nice. I'm just saying, like, I actually think this is not bad. Like, it's like, again, not the cuffs. Obviously, I don't want to be Ellen. To somebody tell her. But yeah.
Let's see. What do we think of these jeans?
Oh my god. What's the point of wearing a jacket if you're gonna pull the sleeves up that far?
I kind of
take the jacket off.
I dig this guy.
That's cool. Yeah.
I
can't say shit about that because I have the same kind of shirt. I make those same shirts. So
I mean, the suit looks really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
The tie I think is Spacaniapolis.
The mutton chops make me want to
you don't gotta
unalive myself.
You don't like them?
No, you don't gotta say that.
I hate the mutton chops.
Wow. Okay, well here's something interesting. I can't quite. Okay, for it looks like. Is one lens of his glasses green and one yellow?
I think it's just...
He's ready for a 3D movie.
Yeah, he's going to a 3D movie.
He's one of Biff's cronies.
Yeah. I don't know, see, I see the sideburns, I'm like, oh, he looks like a guy from, like, Pirate Radio. And that seems kind of fun. Yeah, chops are dope.
Hey, cool cutter. Chops are dope. Yeah,
let's see
Jason. What
other Pity Peacock looks we have here. I think
that is a really short jacket.
That is
especially the gray one. That's a really short and boxy.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoulders, and it's got like a Roman shoulder or whatever. Like,
and look at the texture on that.
Yeah, a lot of these shoulders are too stiff.
Yeah. Oh man, here we go. Oh wait, hold on. Here's the full outfit. From before, the walk of confidence. Nothing looks.
Who is it?
Than that.
Who is it? Who is this guy?
Who is this fucking guy? Leonidas.
Oh, he's an entrepreneur.
Follows Ethan M1.
Wait, does he really? Oh no.
Could you imagine?
Oh, he's a private tailor. Look at what if he hashtag? It's like I'm doing my Ethan M. Wong look today, wearing this.
Oh man,
it's a nice sweater though. Kind of dig it.
Got a pants. Hey, here's that jacket again. He breaks it up into separates. Oh man, this guy's hashtag menswear.
Yeah.
Look at these
bad ties.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a boating blazer. Oh, that's kind of cool. I gotta say.
That's
peak lapel.
I like that look.
Not the
peak
whole
lapel,
look,
like,
but yeah, the peak lapel with the regatta stripe is.
We have like a menswear friend group chat on DMs, for me and like the friends that I know. Why don't we start commenting like with the pod where like you do fire emoji like this fit, bro? Like why don't we start doing some of that?
Didn't we talk about that on the stream once?
Yeah, Instagram pods. Yeah.
He looks so frustrated right here. He's like, God damn these fabrics.
None of these swatches are too cocky enough.
Yeah.
They're not bright enough.
I think
why that sky looks so blue though.
That's just what it's like in
that looks like
Milan, London, or Dubai.
It's definitely not London.
Here he is again with that blazer.
I love the rep stripe of the boating stripe.
What must it be like to live like this?
Well, right
Part
there.
Of me thinks that,
you just shave all the time.
You're just always shaving.
ABS, always be shaving.
Always be shaving.
In green suit.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that thing was crazy. Wait a second.
I kind of want to see. Whatever he was wearing in the preview doesn't look bad. Okay. Hate that collar. That's.
Okay. The jacket does look too tight.
Yeah. What do we think of his house cut for DBs? The 1 on 4.
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into it.
Well, next time you're in Milan, London, or Dubai, you should go
Give
to
Leonidas a call.
Yeah, Leonidas, and get a Two-Face tuxedo. That is a
Two-Face.
That is what Two-Face would wear to a black tie event. I kind of want it. It's kind of sick. Okay, let's go back to hashtag let's look at. Do we want to discuss this? Where are we at now?
We can. I mean, what do we think about like okay, the Henley and the vest look for men. Like it's menswear. People did it. People like. I mean, like I maybe not like the Henley part of it. But, like people wore like band collar shirts, right? Like Spencer and I have seen like 1910s and 20s stuff like that. How do we like the updated version of that?
I'm not
where
sure
do we put that on the spectrum of menswear, and how could you maybe save it?
No offense to articles of style, any of the guys involved. But I wouldn't really say this is an updated look. Like, to me, the thing that was striking was how like dated this seemed. Like, I couldn't believe.
Yeah, it looks very 2010.
In like 2021.
I think this might be an old photo.
Okay.
That's an excuse.
It seems like it might be an old photo.
I'm gonna look it up. Henley articles. I'm gonna see if it's just, if he
this
or if
seems
he
like something you would put in self cringe.
I mean,
it's a very bartender look.
Yeah, but let's scroll through some other, because hey, this is pretty good. I like that a lot.
Really soft shoulders on that other one. Yeah.
That's not bad. I don't really like how the vest fits.
Is he wearing a sport coat on top of another sport coat?
So it looks like that's an overcoat, but yeah, the overcoat looks very much like just another sport coat, which maybe you should redesign.
Seems too small.
Bit.
Yeah.
Not Joker, or sorry, not Two-Face enough for my taste, so I don't care for it. This is a pretty hashtag menswear look, I feel like.
Yeah.
Both of these right here.
Yeah, vests, like waistcoats, really reek of hashtag menswear for me. I'm not a big waistcoat fan, especially if it's not a part of.
It's kind of tough, right? Where like, for years these guys have been pushing not these guys in general, but like men on YouTube have been general, but like the waistcoats, you can like wear it separately, and like how much it's dated itself.
I think the problem is it's always way too tight.
I mean, I don't want to call anyone out, but MJ used to rock this move a lot.
Yeah, and you look like a bad magician.
It was also before
he was actually a great magician. Sorry.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those goddamn shoes.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
The burnished toe.
Ugh.
If you go back up to that woman's photo, that's like a three-piece suit with like no shirt, and that's really cool.
Pretty cool.
But yeah,
maybe Dan should have used this one.
Yeah, if a man did that, I would be very unhappy.
Jacket sleeve length guide. Okay. Look at how short those pants are.
Those are pretty short.
Yeah. Fitting the muscle dog. Whoa. Okay.
Too tight. Look at the pants. Look how tight those pants are.
Yeah.
So do you think fit matters in like how menswear or whatever something is?
I think if something
fit is everything.
If something fits like this, then it is hashtag menswear. Like if it fit different, you would get different vibes from it.
So, but if you said something like, "Oh, wouldn't like a draped, like a wide leg trouser be kind of hashtag menswear?"
Well, I mean, I guess it's just on another side of it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it's like if you took this exact same outfit and just made the pants wider, then yeah, it would still be very hashtag menswear.
Yeah, but that's because it's too shiny. Mm-hmm. Oh my god!
Look at WM Brown after
this.
It's
a shiny thing with Belgian slippers. Let's look at WM Brown.
There he is.
You guys were all clowning on the short barber. I don't mind it. I think they're cool.
No, it's not that. It's, do you see what's wrong with it?
Oh well, he's not the pants. The pants are low. There's the gap.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm not sure if it's because the pants are low or because he's wearing the shirt untucked.
Yeah, it could be both.
Yeah.
But I'm personally more of a fan of I mean, I love short jackets. I love them so much, but I wouldn't want to wear it like this,
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't think that this is. I mean, again, like his shirt's not tucked in. You can't see where the waist is necessarily.
Yeah. I was gonna say this is a video, right? Because I was gonna be like, wow, that's kind of a gaunt picture.
Yeah, and he's. Speaking.
Oh yeah, I forgot that his
basement flooded.
Basement flooded. Yeah.
It's not even his anniversary.
Okay, let's see some How about this one? What do you think about the do you think Matt is kind of like do you think Matt's like a tastemaker, do you think? Like of tailoring?
I think so. I mean, I think he's like definitely, I don't know, like I think he's a tastemaker. He has a lot of influential friends.
Host a tastemaker.
Oh yeah, I wonder if people like buy clothes based on like him.
Other
than,
I also wonder
stuff.
if it's like him influencing other people, or if he's just like, being influenced by all his more influential friends.
That's right.
Cool shirt jacket right here. I love the pockets on that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like bit loafers, but they're also pretty I mean, this is the
other end of it, right?
This is, I guess, the other end of it. It's like it looks better than like the Pity Peacock, but striped
the Pity Peacock, who doesn't even go into. Yeah, cool.
But draw shorts are cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a seersucker. I will say that.
Yeah. He's got.
White
I
pants.
forgot.
I
forgot he's got the custom slippers.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
I want to get custom slippers for the podcast.
It would be the dots, dude. It would be the dots.
I'd get them.
Come on.
That is such a great watch.
The sideways, like the 20s model one or whatever.
That's so
of Ashton
cool.
Constantine.
I did not like it was a lot of money. I did not like the Negroni watch.
Oh yeah, let's see where he posted
Only colored, it's like salmon in the worst possible way.
Yeah, how long ago was the Negroni watch? Did I miss it?
I don't know. Maybe he passed it.
Oh, there's the custom.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. But there's the custom ashtray that he got, which
That's
is
sick.
that is also pretty sick. I would love a Style and Direction ashtray.
His dang Negroni tweet. That's when you know you fucked up.
Can you play the video with sound?
That thing's just too much.
What time is it?
It doesn't match his book that has an illustrated Negroni on. It doesn't match him Negroni in his hand. Guys,
I forgot that he does that. Like he drinks and goes, like it's kind of fun.
We should start doing that.
With like what, taro boba?
No, like anytime we sip anything, anytime we take a drink.
Oh, so it's blank time, and then you go,
Yeah, and then you just whatever you're about. Anytime you're about to take a sip of water.
I was gonna say, Spencer. If we ever did a boba thing, and by that I mean opened up a boba store, instead of calling it taro, we would call it God's Cum.
Oh yeah, of course, that would be the special flavor.
And
I do want to apologize to Philip. I know he has said many times that he thinks the official drink of Style and Direction should be the ranch water, and while I will say it's a very good drink, I think if our official alcoholic beverage would probably be the whiskey sour. That's our Negroni.
Yeah, I do like whiskey sours. Yeah,
I've been ordering those.
My girlfriend.
I've been ordering those in bars for a while, and then Ethan got into the habit. It's a good drink.
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah, I like the ones that are sweeter and not as like super. Like I don't know, maybe like there's a difference in like how they mix it. It has certain bars, or the liquor that they use. Because like for example, like the one that we went to, in Eagle Rock or whatever, that was a good whiskey sour. But then the one I had on my birthday was a little too like whiskier. You know what I mean?
Let's see. So if we,
too close.
It's pretty.
Close,
it's also
dude.
pretty close. It's also pretty close to like milk tea, I guess. So if we wanted to do the boba,
you're not wrong. Well, again, it won't be milk. I mean, okay, so lately I've been doing milk tea, but look up like taro boba color.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost close to like literally the shade of almost the shade of purple that we use.
So, let's compare that to the. Okay, well, let me just Google
Negroni watch.
Negroni color. Is there? Okay, so about that paint color, and let's compare it to the. Okay, so those are different enough. Let me Google Negroni tweed.
It's the more orange one though.
Yeah. Okay, well, okay, so how about this? How about this? A whiskey sour base with the purple overcheck, and that's the style and direction tweed.
I hate it.
Someone designed that for us. Would that be hashtag menswear? What's the most? Do you think if we get big enough, will we become hashtag menswear?
Yeah, like will what we do become hashtag menswear?
Or are we just going to fall into this trap where all this thing where it's like, oh, it would be super corny to do, yeah, like I think we're joking about like a style and direction tweed, but at a certain point, if someone offered it to us, I'm sure we would like absolutely do it.
Where it's never gonna happen, but yeah. Yeah, I can't think I don't think we'll ever be big enough to even have like a style move like made after us, or something that we popularize. I mean, even then, Matt. Okay, this is not meant to be an insult here, but like Matt Harnick doesn't. I feel like there's not really a style here. It's a lot of like a white pants.
There's Aziz.
Man, Aziz looks awkward as hell, dude.
That hasn't aged well.
I mean, this was recently.
Yeah, it was recent. He wrote like a little like column thing in the WM Brown.
Before or after he was like accused of sexual assault?
It wasn't sexual. I don't want to be like a devil's advocate, but like it was. He had a very awkward date with someone, and it was like a big Twitter thread, and then yeah,
okay.
Maybe people can look into this more than I can, but it was more like they had a date and they had sex, but maybe like it just wasn't like feeling it. Maybe she felt like she had to, not that he like pressured her into anything, but like it's just like a weird situation all around. Obviously, if things feel weird, I wouldn't have sex.
Anyway, stream Master of None season, whatever.
We're sponsored by Master of None. Go watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, has he done anything since like all of that?
And even then, the third season, he's not even in it. He's only in like one episode for like 20 minutes, and that's it.
I think he did he's done stand up, but it's not been like filmed. It's just like he goes to clubs. This is a cool coat. Is this hashtag menswear? I don't know if this is hashtag menswear.
David says here, Andreas Weines. So why don't we look up Andreas? That's a kind of a hashtag menswear account here. There he is. Wow. Fucking blue check marked.
Yeah, he's got the blue check. Yeah, I mean
that's like, I like how this is hashtag menswear, but it's still like a robot, like it's still like stuff that we would wear, right?
It's it's like funny because it's like this is on the. I really like this outfit, like genuinely, but on the other hand, it's like, I could see this being like the display at like a Joseph A. Bank.
Oh my god!
Maybe
yes.
not like the same level of like quality or the same details, obviously.
The same kind of vibe that they would do
basic
in their
outfit.
ads.
But yeah, suede trucker. I'm not a particular fan of this one. Very safe, David, but always very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're talking about like the hashtag menswear look, obviously, I feel like Andreas is like tapped into that. He obviously he's an influencer, he's a model, he's like an editor of like Manolo Sweden or whatever. And yeah, all of these are pretty safe. They're not like, it's not like Ethan Newton or whatever, or kind of like even Mark Cho has some like, kind of out there stuff that he does every once in a while. But
he had to do it to him.
I think Andreas is like the prime example of doing it at the high taste level that's still hashtag menswear.
Yeah.
Like the low brow but high brow execution, maybe.
This is a pretty good this is pretty good.
The watch.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like the suit the DB suit that you just kind of, if you go back up this right one? There, like that's a great tie.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like that tie isn't that like, okay, that's interesting. Take a picture of the doorman for Cartier. But like
bellboys.
But I feel like most guys, I think like most guys would be like, oh, that tie is too retro, right? Like it's a little out there, for some guys. And I feel like that's what makes this a little bit more interesting,
Good look. Very tonal. Wow.
I don't like that. That's not good to me.
It's like
good.
Once again,
the same.
You had to do it to him.
Yeah. Can you comment that on our account?
Like from this post from May 29th?
Yeah, do it. Say, do it.
Yeah,
say, I
deep
get.
like.
No. Say, I guess you had to do it to him. And then at him.
Wait, can someone look up the original post? Is it just EM, right?
Or
is it them?
I had to do it. I'm on it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's had to do it to him.
Okay, you want me to tag him?
EM.
Are we gonna get blocked?
Maybe.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
That'd be an epic gamer moment for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I guess so. Proofread, is everything correct? I guess you had to do it to him.
I guess you had to do it to him.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, do it. Okay. Who cares? Fucking go for
May
it. May
29th.
I mean,
it's not even. I mean, he gets comments from like it does. He's not gonna.
Yeah, he got a comment
shit,
from 9 weeks ago. Who cares?
Yeah.
I
love he's got two again. Andreas seems cool. I've never met him before, never really talked to him. I love that there's two in the same row of pictures. It's the watch pose.
He's got the watch pose. Oh. What is he adjusting right? This is
contrast collar. Yeah.
Dude, look at that. Yeah, like, hey, almost is that a spear point that I see?
I think it's just a long to me it looked like it could be, but it's probably a long point.
It doesn't look like it has this teardrop shape of a spear point, but it's that I like this look a lot. I mean, this is almost Bryceland's. You could if you change some of the details, you could definitely see.
The tie feels like sevenfold in its design, right? So,
exactly.
Yeah, this is kind of like menswear, a classic menswear, right? So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
What?
Good sweater.
Yeah.
Damn,
watch shot. Man, okay, do these work? Do these fucking pictures work for people? Or are they like, fuck yeah, dude, love it?
That looks like a polo ad.
Yeah, it does.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go through all his likes, but that watch shot in particular got less than a lot of his other posts, I'll say.
Are we giving him a social media audit?
Yeah, we're auditing him right now. This is very, very, very Ralph, I guess, but also very #menswear.
Yeah, the polo. I mean, so are we thinking that certain items are now more #menswear? I think that's kind of what we said in the essay where we're like, oh yeah, like a polo coat or safari jacket's kind of like both sides of the spectrum. #menswear.
It's like one of those things where, I mean, like anything.
I think it's overdone.
We go back to the Submariner.
Yeah, well, that's a GMT.
Sorry, GMT. Yeah. That's great. That's a good watch.
Yeah, it's but unfortunately, as others people in the Discord have been trying, it's hard to find a cheap a GMT, or sorry, not cheap, affordable GMT that is
right.
That actually looks good. Most of the ones that I've seen, I'm like, I don't really like that. And also even WMT is making their own version of a GMT watch, but it's like a fake GMT where it doesn't have the fourth hand, and I'm like, come on, be for real. Okay, what else do we want to look at? Should we just go back?
Well, how about let's look at Mark Cho now. Let's see what stuff. Let's see if he falls into any other kind of tropes.
Let's go to TV tropes and search Mark Cho.
Oh, these are all videos now. He doesn't even make posts anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess the preview. He looks, no offense, he looks kind of like a soy boy in this picture.
He's holding up an
Nintendo. Imagine if he's holding it and he had the face like, whoa! Imagine that. That would be.
I can see it.
So, Mark, if you're watching, can you please do that for us?
Yeah,
I would love.
He's watching, and he doesn't let you just follow a soy.
Mark Cho do the soy face challenge.
What if you got blocked right now? All of a sudden, you can't see his post.
I mean, okay, so I'm kind of glad that the previews, we can use the previews to look at his outfit. Mm-hmm. So this to me is kind of #menswear. Obviously, the safari jacket, polo, spread collar polo.
I mean, I think it's it. I don't know. I think I don't know if it's #menswear. Just clearly you're a menswear dude, where everything you're wearing is fucking brushed flannel. And you don't have any belt loops or whatever. It's just gonna. I feel
is it
vibes.
Is it kind of also like but it's also like the idea that everyone's kind of doing. I feel like, and that's not like, obviously everyone does stuff. Like no, like there is no originality anymore. But it's like there are certain things that feel like tropey. Just like, when you have like a trailer that has like the womp, like that kind of thing. It's kind of like, being contrived isn't a bad thing, but it's just kind of like, it's interesting to see when people don't do the contrived look or the contrived choice.
Yeah.
Like okay, so for me, personally, whenever I see like an unbuttoned like shirt with a check jacket and a fun pocket square, it's very hashtag menswear to me, because I feel like it's like you're casual, but you still want to wear a sport coat. You still want to have fun. Like I feel like when you add a tie to it, it can make it, not only is there something extra, but that extra thing can make something more menswear or less like hashtag menswear.
Mm-hmm.
But when you remove the tie, it kind of, I could just imagine, Mark Cho taking like just a chest shot with like a blank background and then posting that on his Instagram and being like any of the other people that we've talked about.
Still don't like this joke.
Yeah. How about? See, I think here the watches they don't feel hashtag menswear because they're not like a fucking GMT or like a diver. Like they feel like they're more interesting enough. See, okay, look at that. No, go back left. The top, the little tonal, not the tonal, the pinstripe suit or the stripe suit. This doesn't feel hashtag menswear to me because this is like wild.
Mm-hmm.
And this is so good. This is such a great outfit. Like the kind of like, I don't know if it's seersucker or like some kind of like, linen blend.
It looks like it's seersucker. I can't tell if that's like weird video compression.
All right, here we go.
Hi everybody, we're going to do a new commission. So this is the segment where we talk about newly received commissions. I have commissioned this crazy old thing. This is a Model 12
Superman
suit
pose
that is made by Ring Jacket, and I made it in a Solbiati cloth. This was a cloth that we were actually evaluating for the Armory's collection for some time in the future. It ended up probably being a little bit too strong for public consumption, but I really like the cloth, so I asked Ring Jacket to make a suit out of it for me just to see how it turned out. Interestingly, the cloth, which is by Solbiati, should look like this. This is actually the face of the cloth.
Okay.
But I really, really liked the back of the cloth, so I asked Ring Jacket to flip it over and use the back instead.
Good
I really like that powdery blue over that
really
stronger
cool.
blue. Is this a nice looking suit or not? Honestly, I don't think I could tell you. This is the first time I've worn it. I just like it. Sometimes.
Yeah, I'd absolutely wear this suit, dude. This is so good.
I like it too.
I just want to make it and see what happens.
Yeah, good move with like knitwear, navy jacket, and maybe not turtleneck, like cotton turtlenecks, crew necks.
You should stick to
maybe like a black knit tie or something.
Versatile things, but at some point you should indulge your love for cloth and indulge your own tastes as well. Not everything has to be best practices, and you shouldn't feel like you have to go into every single decision with the mindset of you trying to avoid regret. Because if you do that, you may never try something new, and you may never discover something that you.
Wow, this is some sad head thinking right here.
In this case, I'm still in the discovery process. I really can't tell you or not, but I have to say I do enjoy wearing it. Like it's a.
And he puts his hand in his pockets. He bends. He looks down. There it is.
I made this for myself, thinking, well, maybe I could wear it to my birthday party because it was my birthday a couple weeks ago.
Oh, happy birthday!
And it turned out my birthday actually ended up being in the evening.
No.
So this is probably a little too weird for the evening. I went with something much more somber for the evening. But if there was like a daytime party, it would be fun to wear something like this, right?
I agree.
It's just like a nice conversation starter.
I love the hand on the
hips
and the hand on the waist.
A little bit of my personality in it as well. With a suit like this, in these really strong patterns, one thing you can always keep in mind is you can also break it up. So like this, I have to say, as a sport coat, is actually pretty great. It's a pretty nice looking sport coat. It's real casual. You could definitely wear this with a pair of jeans, or actually I was wearing this with cream trousers, or I was trying with cream trousers the other day, and I really liked it. Ditto for the trousers. Like the trousers actually might be fine on their own as just like a casual thing.
Good rise on them too.
Yeah, I really like this.
And loafers, sneakers, whatever you like. So, just because you make a suit that might be too strong when the two pieces are put together doesn't mean they wouldn't look quite nice as separate pieces as well.
There you go.
Archiving episode, man, right there, dude. It's really great.
And
then that's weird. Oh no, it's a fitting.
Okay, I was gonna say I do not like the fake sticker.
Hi everybody,
Wait, yeah.
Do we want to watch the video?
No, it's okay. That's hey, is that my jacket? No, it's like slightly different. No, it's a darker one.
Right mattress. Oh, that is a
Hi, everybody.
really good
We're gonna do
jacket,
what am I
though.
wearing?
God,
Yeah.
look at that thing. The pattern's
So it looks
not
like yeah,
showing
no,
up.
Mark.
Everybody, we're gonna do what am I wearing?
Is that like a
Yeah,
Prince
Mark-
of Wales?
I am wearing.
That
Pale blue. Oh man, he should use soy faces for all of these products. Like,
is there like
reviews or
a face app like soy face filter that we can like put all these
What?
through?
yeah.
I'm on it.
I mean, so it looks like. Oh, that's a good outfit.
Yeah. Ooh, unboxing.
Hey,
oh
Hi,
my
everybody.
god.
We're gonna
Okay,
do
let's
something
watch
we haven't done in a
this.
little while. We're gonna do an unboxing.
Okay, looks like we're gonna
So
We're just
I had
sorry,
two
we're getting
pieces
off
just
topic.
arrived from Taylor
deep
Cade,
dive into
which is
one
one
of
our
our
favorite
hell
bespoke
Menswear
tailors
we
out of
got.
Japan, and he's actually doing a trunk show with our New York shops this weekend.
God, that
So I thought
suit's
this would be a
so
good
good.
time
Taylor
to do the
Cade,
unboxing
man.
and show off some of the interesting stuff that Cade gets up to. So let's get started. So you might have seen me wear this suit before. We used it for a pattern matching video that we did quite a few months back. But the new part of the suit is the waistcoat. The waistcoat actually wasn't finished yet, and I've added the waistcoat in now. So we've got this really kind of interesting, very casual, sporty style, three-piece, you know. When I say casual, I mean that, you know, it's got a three-patch pocket blazer on the top, but at the same time, it's got the waistcoat, and it's got a
It looks
pair of
very
trousers
20s.
with a
See, that
matching
could be
belt,
20s.
like that. So the
Oh
belt is
my
actually
God.
made of a matching cloth to the rest of the suit.
That's
I wanted to have a closer look at the waistcoat because you don't see Taylor Cade three pieces all that often. I don't think we've shown one on video yet. What's interesting about his waistcoats, firstly, is the fit is good. It's trim, as you would expect from a waistcoat. I really like the way he does a very long pointed front like that. Like, I think it's a really interesting silhouette. So short in the back, and obviously just long enough to cover the trouser waistband, but relatively short in the back, but then like long and pointed on the front, so it's really going onto the front of your trouser. It looks good
going
with
onto
a flat
that penis
front,
area.
but I think it would also look great, you know, with a pleated style as well. The next thing we're going to look at is this. So, you know, our shop has designed with Taylor Cade this thing called the Mall 99. Right? That was a Mall 99. This is also Mall 99. The Mall 99 is all about having a little bit of shoulder padding, but also having like a certain style of expression in the waist. So like the chest has a little fullness, and the waist is actually relatively pinched, and there's kind of a nice swing out at the quarters. So like the part beneath the middle button on the jacket swings out in a really beautiful
Cade, I think,
We've
is
taken
like
a lot of those kind of silhouette ideas,
3,000 to
and we've put it into
5,000
this
for a
double-breasted.
suit
So I'm
for
gonna put this on
bespoke.
and show you next.
So I'm assuming 3-piece, 6, 7. I don't know.
And this is the Model 99.
Oh baby!
As you can
This
see,
is
we
it.
managed to get a lot of the features of the single-breasted onto the double-breasted. You know, that scalloped waist that you normally expect from the Model 99, that slight fullness in the chest here, and also like a little bit more of a pad in the shoulder. That is an important feature of the Model 99, and I think it turns out well. Like, I think it really helps to kind of
And the
define
Model
the
99's
shape
growing on
in
me.
the upper body. If you're curious about the cloth is Draper's 5 stars. It's one of my favorite cloths. I would describe it as it's the most English Italian cloth out there, in that it's like a worsted wool. It's got a really dry, crisp hand. It's quite heavy, and it's not that soft.
Man, that
but
is
it
really
looks
good.
really, really good in tailored garments. Like, it tailors well. It holds shape well. I highly recommend it to
Tailors
anybody.
well?
Only downside
What are
of
you
it really
talking
is
about,
just
Mark?
because it's a little bit heavier. I wouldn't recommend it for summer use, but
You
for
say
2
tailor?
to 3 season use, I think it's great.
Yeah, button pocket harmony.
Alrighty,
I
if you're
think my
interested
main
in
thing with
ordering
this
a
is
Taylor
that like
Cade,
the
we are
button pointing
doing
the
virtual
buttons
trunk
are
show in New
kind of
York this
narrow
weekend.
on
This
the
is actually
narrow
the
like
third time we've done a
spacing,
virtual trunk show,
which makes it
and,
feel
we have a good track
which
record
makes
of
the
it.
jacket feel a
It's
little
really working
long,
well.
even
It
though
was
it
a little bit of a
hits at
new
the
thing for
normal
us, but I think we've really
point.
settled into it and kind of ironed out a
So-
lot.
It's not
So
too
if you're
narrow.
trying it,
It is a
please
little
go
bit,
for it. Speak
but
to a member of staff, and they
not
will sort
as
you out.
not
All right,
not
that's
the
a bit for
worst
now.
I've seen.
Thank you for watching.
The pocket seems high. I think in this case it's not the button. It's not the buttoning that is slow. It's the pocket that's high. But yeah, what else do you think about, like, you know, the or maybe we can look at the armory, like how hashtag menswear that is, you know? Or
What?
oh, hold on.
Oh my god. Are you getting a notification or something?
Wait. Hold on. I have to... What? This is weird.
He broke it.
We broke the Instagram. I mean, I guess
All
I
of
could just
Instagram is
log out.
broken.
I had to submit the video to YouTube, to Instagram.
Wait, what video?
To prove that I'm a real person. No, so right now I thought I could just press yes to like let you into the account.
Mm-hmm.
But
they made you take a video?
Yeah, right now. Yeah, they made me say like you have to prove that you're a real person by like doing the thing.
That's bizarre.
So maybe you should just be on your Instagram account since you don't use what's it called? But yeah.
Or I could just do that.
But yeah, let's see the Armory's Instagram. See, what's weird now is that you have to use you have to be logged in, I think, to use. Oh no, I guess not. Never mind. I guess I was wrong on that one. Yeah. Okay, let's see some hashtag mentor stuff. Oh, look, crossover on the bottom in the middle left there. You got a crossover with Drake's now because Drake's is at the Westbury, I believe. Now, okay, here's the sad part. Again, this is just me. I don't want. This is no offense to our friends at both places, but like the Menswear merger, as Simon has called it, has I think made the Armory and Drake's boring to me. Like, I mean, okay, so again, obviously the Armory is not Mark Cho. Like, well, for a while it was, right? It's whatever Mark Cho was into, and I'm sure Mark Cho still has a very strong vision of what it populates there. But now obviously it's a business. You have to show what people will wear, right? What people will buy and everything like that. And so maybe the fact that people are being a little bit more boring, obviously less tailored. I'm sure with like, you know, with what do you call it? With the pandemic and everything, things are getting less tailored and all that kind of stuff. So now it's kind of got this like kind of, I wouldn't even call it like 80s or 90s, kind of just normal basics. It's like hashtag men or classic menswear is becoming a lot more like the casual version of hashtag men's of the 2010s. You know, just wear a striped t-shirt because it's cool. Breton stripes. Wear nice jeans, straight like high-waisted selvage jeans. Wear a loafer instead of a sneaker. You know, like I feel like that's kind of what this is, as opposed to like, you know, being kind of more of a tailored kind of perspective. You know, and by that I mean like a suit or whatever. Because I still like look at the Armory Hong Kong, where you see a lot more like, you know, their fun ties that they have, the new shoemakers. With the Armory New York, it's a little bit more casual, and to me personally, it hasn't really been that inspiring. It's nice to see what they're stocking, you know, but it's not. I don't really get, like, I don't get by looking at the stuff. I don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna make that outfit or I'm gonna see what I can do. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like I've done this before. You know?
Yeah. David said that. He has said that he is hands off with Drake's.
Yeah, with Drake's, but this is the Armory New York, and I'm sure the Armory New York is a little bit different. And I say Menswear merger is because literally the Drake's pop up is going to be in the Armory Westbury, which is on
right here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, so it's both. They're in the same store now because Drake's had to close their Soho location. Was it Soho? I think. That's a great look, though. So go back up with Dan. Again, I don't know what's up with being red lately, but I fucking love this shit. This is so good.
It's a good coat. It's like it's like your barn coat a little bit. So when it gets cold enough, you can do this.
I can do the sexy. Well, I mean, Dan's kind of a sexy Santa Claus to begin with. Yeah, it's this is pretty good.
Sure is.
Okay. Kamau makes it like kind of interesting, right? Like his personal style, you know, obviously his own take on the Armory aesthetic is really cool, and seeing him do, you know, like the colored shades, the shell necklace with the yellow, like I can't imagine seeing this at any of the Armory locations until Kamau started working there, which is really cool because like I'm
so easily. I have the best.
Oh, really? Okay, all right. You see Mark Cho wearing this?
Yeah, I'm picturing it in my head with perfect accuracy right now.
Oh yeah, nice.
What do you think that these guys are talking about? Hey, what are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
I thought you were dead.
Hmm.
No, I think so. Like, okay, so how hashtag men's because I feel like this doesn't feel like again lowbrow hashtag men's. It feels a little too nice, right? Like it feels a little too.
This doesn't look hashtag menswear to me. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
pretty.
because it's just guys in suits, and like if we're calling that hashtag menswear, and then like where do we get off? You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Everything is kind of hashtag menswear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel like
is it just hashtag menswear is just like when people can tell that you were into menswear? Is that what we're getting at? Because if we're going that broad,
is that the case? Yeah, is that the case? Do you think so, Kyoshi
I'm
MJ?
not.
Like, do you think like that's like is it something
That
that
might
you can
be
like
too
tell?
broad
Like,
an interpretation.
I mean,
I used to
we
like
love the
Tiba
color.
jackets. No longer. I do not like. I don't like. I'm not into Tiba jackets anymore.
See, do you mean Teba?
Whatever, Teba. I don't respect it, so I'm not going to pronounce it correctly.
Oh, Jesus, it's Spanish.
Jesus, it's Spanish. Refresh the page.
Spencer's gonna get himself canceled.
Yeah.
So MG, what were you saying?
I wasn't saying anything.
What would you like to say?
I would like to say. Oh no, I
Like-
was saying how. I was like, because what did you say? Spencer said it was like it's a broad thing. I was like, that's the thing though, because that's the title of the
Is it does it lose something?
podcast.
Do you think it loses something like if you can recognize that you are a part of like a wider mainstream appeal like community or whatever
Well,
whatever?
no, I'm not.
Like,
I'm just not sure. At a certain point, when everything is hashtag menswear, and like it becomes less useful, like as a term.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I kind of
finally found your mic, huh?
Admittedly, I've not listened to the podcast. Sorry.
No worries.
It's been a busy week.
Okay.
But the one thing that whenever I think of classic menswear is I come in from a style form perspective.
Sure. Yeah.
Where it's because that's where I kind of had my early education, along with like early days. Put this on.
Yep.
And classic menswear was to me essentially like what Jason said earlier, like probably tailoring, jacket tie, with a little bit of workwear mixed in. Not a lot, but you could get your selvage jeans, you could get your like workwear boots, some Red Wings thrown in there. And I think now that has broadened a lot more to be, high-waisted pleated pants with a Gurkha closure, or there's a few more elements to that, but I still think its core is, and the way it's still delineated on style form even, is tailoring. So like, if someone say like, where can I go to buy like where's like the best shops to shop for like classic menswear? To me, it would be definitely like a Sid Bashburn, the Armory, Wilkes Bashford in San Francisco, places like that, where it's just they haven't really changed their aesthetic or style dramatically since they opened their doors. The brands might have changed, the cuts might have changed, but more or less they're selling the same basic verticals to their clientele. And that to me is like classic menswear. Contemporary menswear, streetwear, denim head stuff, I think those are very different genres. And I understand your argument that like, oh, these are like jeans are classic too. Well, yes, clearly they've been around since the freaking 1800s or whatever. Like, of course. But I do feel like for some reason it doesn't fall under the same umbrella how most people understand it. Because I get like like a lot of items are classic because they've been around for decades, if not a century. But I think that when people say classic, they mean more dressed up, typically, than dressed down.
That's true.
Good way to put it.
That's
As far as like regular people or like mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said before, how people's idea is like
Man,
suits or
do you
separates,
did you?
right?
Yeah.
It's
It's
crunchy over there.
Yeah, I was just like, Yoshi sounds crunchy where you are.
Oh, sorry, I was yawning.
Yeah. No, I think that's what makes it like, obviously when things are more delineated, but I think that's why Spencer and I have it kind of broad is because we mix, especially me, I mix a lot of stuff all the time. Like, I'll wear like a sport coat with easy pants and like a knit tee or something like that, And I feel like that's what makes it interesting is when people do pick up on that. Like they're like, wait a minute, t-shirt, drawstring pants, but jacket? Like, is this still menswear? And again, these are the people that don't know, the people that don't have a style form background, but who still obviously think of menswear or classic menswear or whatever as a tailored background. But then when you start introducing other stuff into it, or you're talking to guys again who are like kind of on the beginning part of their journey, basic bastard, etc. Like, I think that's where it gets a little maybe not confusing, but a little bit like nothing really fits into that. Even if it's a broad kind of a thing, it still doesn't fit into what they're talking about. And that's what makes it, that's what I think makes it fun. And so I'm trying to think of stuff through that particular lens. Obviously, not from a novice lens, but more of one like, okay, well, I know I have all of these backgrounds, and I'm sure another person could pick up on that. So I'm like wondering how stuff fits into it. Like, obviously, to like, a lay person, like this could be like hashtag or classic menswear, tie, sport coat, whatever. And then if you go to like, I don't know, Spencer, what's like let's see if they have one that's kind of ambiguous around here. Maybe to keep going down. Like I don't know, maybe like maybe that picture of what's it called? I think someone was wearing like a t-shirt or whatever. But
well, I don't want to put in my personal Instagram credentials on stream. But we maybe
because it's like, yeah, I think it's just registering that we're logged in simultaneously. So that might be an issue.
I've been logged into the Instagram account on Firefox for months. It is weird that it has only kicked us out. Wow.
Well, it didn't kick you out. It just triggered the security thing. But I think it's because we commented. Maybe that's why it like. There's actual activity.
We commented on a post from that long ago.
From May.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, this is, or maybe he called the Instagram police on us, and he's gonna get us banned because he made a joke at his expense.
Yeah, he reported us.
Does it have anything to do with maybe the age? Because, for example, Charlie Watts, the drummer of the Rolling Stones, just died, and a lot of menswear guys have been posting some of his outfits. Let's see his final fit. So this is the final photo of him. God, I want to. Did they not have a larger version anywhere? Okay, but anyway, like tan 3-roll-2. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
3-roll-2 suit. He's got like some. I can't tell if those are castles or Belgians. Like a mock neck. Like he like maybe on like a younger guy, like if he was posing in front of a gray backdrop and you could just see his chest, this would be a very hashtag menswear outfit. But because he's like old and English, like I don't know, it looks more like classic menswear rather than hashtag menswear.
That's a good point, Spencer.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe maybe the thing is like classic menswear is clothing that makes you look old.
that
like
might be it.
like
What?
late born in the wrong generation,
Yeah.
kind of.
And when the effect stops, that's when it becomes like regular. It doesn't feel like something. That's interesting. Well, hey, we haven't Googled it. Google hashtag menswear. Well, let's see what happens when you Google hashtag menswear.
Okay.
Charlie Watts.
Oh God.
I mean the classic. The trifecta, man.
Let's just scroll through this post from 2013.
Perfect. That is
shout out to the dog.
Oh my God!
Whatever happened to
Nick
that dog?
Nick Wooster with his little handle.
Wooster?
And
among the loudest was Lawrence Schlossman, How to Talk to Girls at Parties, juxtaposed his taste for unstructured Italian tailoring and double monstrap shoes with vernacular gleaned from the likes of Young Jeezy and the burgeoning hashtag rap scene. I mean, this idea, right? It's like a hashtag. It's like the same thing as like, oh, this is totally like home rigs, our home rigs or whatever, right? Or something can be like, oh, this is totally our raw denim, like a raw denim fit. Like I feel like once things become codified or become like a signal of like a certain community, I feel like that's when it becomes like, I don't know, like it becomes something a little bit kind of memey. That's kind of the idea too, right?
Human
like
person,
it's
coat
a
and suit. What this photo contains, sorry. Just so everyone knows.
Is this article saying it's sad that hashtag menswear is gone?
Gian De Leon wrote it. Oh man, I gotta read that article. When was this published?
2013.
Oh man, that seems so long ago.
and he was saying what happened to it in 2013?
In 2013.
Wow. I should DM him and be like, "What's up?"
What once used to be a genuine pulse of men's style on the internet has become a digital flotsam with little worth paying attention to.
Great writing.
He's not wrong about that.
And he's talking about
it's interesting.
Ridiculous tie knots.
Yeah. What do you think, Yoshi?
Well, so a little bit of history. I remember when the hashtag menswear became a thing. When Tumblr was booming, obviously. This is pre-Instagram, or pre-Instagram being more popular than Tumblr.
Yeah, exactly.
But essentially, there were certain tags that you could use in your posts, and there were editors that could basically bubble them up. So, like, let's say there was like hashtag art, right? And Tumblr authorized a group of editors that could promote that particular hashtag. So if you were one of the editors and you were following the hashtag art, you would then see, oh, that's a cool post. Great post. Boom. And then you could basically turn the tag blue. And it was kind of like if someone who was verified gave you a retweet, right? Whereas like it basically put it on the Tumblr radar. So when person typed in one of these authorized hashtags, like hashtag art, boom, it would fill up with all of like the promoted ones by the editors. So you got this curation of the hashtag going on. So when that first happened, like there wasn't a hashtag menswear. And then I forget how it happened, but someone convinced someone at Tumblr to do hashtag menswear because there was a hashtag fashion. And they did a lot of stuff with like New York Fashion Week and everything. But then hashtag menswear became available. And there were certain editors that had like really good taste. Like I'm pretty sure Lawrence Schlossman was one of them. And they were like promoting other people's stuff with that hashtag and really curating a really good feed or explore page or radar, whatever, to follow. As Tumblr kind of waned a little bit and Instagram grew in popularity, I'm not quite sure when that happened, but less and less people were on Tumblr and more people that got promoted to editorship, basically, that had really, really shit taste. So that's why you were getting like the Eldritch Knot photos and just like really lowbrow what has now become current hashtag menswear. It wasn't as curated by tastemakers anymore. So I think like this is probably when that happened, and that's why Gian is like wrote this article, because it really there was a point in time when I remember like searching that hashtag and being like, all this stuff sucks. Like none of this is like relevant at all, and it doesn't remind me of like what used to be on here. And I don't know if that's because if people were just bad editors, or if there just wasn't as much good content, or if it was because basically no one was really. There was just so many people posting and spamming the timeline so much that there was so much bad shit that because there's only bad shit, that's the only thing you promote.
Right,
But yeah. Anyway, it is kind of amazing to have stumbled across this article.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is like, I mean, I've like read through it, a couple of times, and it's funny that 2013, yeah, like that's me, like what, couple of years, like I think after right into my freshman year of college, when like, yeah, Tumblr started to kind of wean, and I started to see a lot more, not just people posting on Instagram, but like that's when we started seeing like rows of 3 happening. This is still the timeline was done chronologically, or the feed was done chronologically, as opposed to based on engagement, right? You started to see a big shift at this point in time, and I feel like, and of course the explore page kind of when things would happen like that, right? Like that's how it kind of worked out. You would look at hashtag menswear, you'd try and get to the the top of the most relevant, and now they do most recent as well. But it's interesting, and looking at them, like look at the heyday through again 8 years ago is crazy.
Ultimately, hashtag menswear's shift in relevance is largely due to the fact that men's style has become all-encompassing.
They're not wrong. He's not wrong there. I mean, it's still like it's kind of like kind of almost apocalyptically pointing toward the menswear merger or the post-pandemic style, where like everything is kind of menswear. Like the end of this, and he also links to a complex article that I just read through right now as well, where it says here, Italian, and this is also written in 2013. It says Italian style was declared the new streetwear until it was declared again that streetwear comes back, which the streetwear came back now that sneakers and sweatpants have returned to prominence. And it's like, and now it's back to being like tailoring is like the new thing again, right? Tailoring is new streetwear. Fear of God is doing it. All the Noah guys and everything, like they're all making suits of some kind.
Yeah, Martin Greenfield's busy again.
Yeah. Martin Greenfield, yeah, exactly. And so, and the thing is with when I looked at this stuff, it's kind of like, is there a cohesive kind of look for it? And I think what for being broad in our definitions, right? The hashtag menswear thing is very slim fit. You've got the blogger blue stuff. Kind of unconventional pairings, not in like the rugged Bryson's way, but like denim jacket under the suit. Stuff like that. That's kind of hashtag menswear. And now it's like trucker hat with like loose DB with like a t-shirt or something, and like bit loafers. Yeah. That's kind of like what's kind of happening with, again, it might not be called hashtag menswear, but it's kind of like the menswear mood. That's what's going on, and it's funny because now it's not as simple as like, okay, well, classic menswear is fuller cut and hashtag menswear is slimmer. The idea is like that this entire look that encompasses a bunch of different classic ideas and not even maybe not classic, but stuff that we like is being included into this look, but it's current, it's kind of like time agnostic, but still being firmly in a early 2020s mood of what menswear is, it's wild.
Yeah. Here's another piece about the death of menswear from 3 years later.
I remember this one. Yeah.
So I guess they were a little bit late.
Yeah, Spencer, did you go through it? Do you have any pearls of analysis?
Yeah. I'm only on like the third paragraph here, but we got another cameo from Schlossman. who in the last article was just starting out at 4 pins, and now
He
4
quit
pins
that
is,
job.
4 pins is the January 2016 closure of Complex Media owned 4 pins. There you go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bookends. Bookends.
Why did it close again? Was it like just they closed the servers because they didn't want to upkeep it or whatever? Like, what was the deal with the closure of 4 pins?
Well, I mean, they had a staff of people that they paid, and they were paying more money for staff than they were getting in advertising. So, yeah, I mean, simple profit loss statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Don't gotta be an accountant for that one.
But anyway, this is just another article about how the men...
Wait, go back down. Men are the new women. That doesn't sound.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
I've been saying this forever, actually. Men are actually the new women.
Scroll down.
And,
What it comes down to is that men are feeling more comfortable buying clothes or paying more attention to their own image than they did 10 or 15 years ago, says George Martin, apparel footwear at Euromonitor. In this way, men really are the new women. Ugh, that doesn't...
Are the new
I don't like that sentence. That's kind of a...
Men are the women of the world. That's a little John Lennon joke.
That's so woman of you, my dude.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, I mean, I don't know, chat, we've got like 5 minutes left if you guys want to sum up what your ideas on menswear, classic menswear, or hashtag menswear is. I'm going to see if there's a video on YouTube called What is Hashtag Menswear? Let's see if we can find one.
Let's go to... I'm just going to go on YouTube and search hashtag menswear.
Nope.
No?
They don't have it. There's, no.
Suit Supply suits, are they worth it?
We
Are
saw
they
that.
worth it? How about well, we can't...
Wait, the 1975, there's a song called The Menswear?
We can't
Is this
listen
the
to it
theme
on
song?
stream. How about
we
this?
can't.
How about just menswear essentials, top 10 basics? So this is...
Okay, let's see what Tim DeSaint calls what considers to be menswear essential.
This is maybe not hashtag menswear necessarily, but for our purposes, we'll call it. This is hashtag menswear. If you want to be into hashtag menswear, this is the essential things you need.
Let's compare this to a Heathbook style video I'll put in live so we can look at it after this.
Am I the only one whose closet is pretty much 50% just Uniqlo basics? What is up, guys?
Yeah,
Today
it
we are going
might
over
be,
the
dude.
top 10. I only have one hand, but that is a 10. Top 10 menswear essentials to build a proper foundation for your wardrobe.
You don't see the thing. Well, the thing is, right? Like, this is why Tim DeSaint was like a god, or is a god, because it's like, oh, he's doing like what popular YouTubers were doing, but within like the men's space, right? Like this, like he was like one of the first ones to do this.
Video about
I don't know. I feel like unfortunately, I think
cornerstones,
most ways of presenting on YouTube are corny, or they just kind of
Oh,
become
absolutely.
corny by being associated with YouTubers and just being
hashtag menswear. Like that's kind of like, I mean, if we think about that as like a broad term with social media, right?
So social media is hashtag menswear. We're now including non-menswear things in hashtag menswear.
If you using Instagram, you're hashtag menswear.
I have a lot of my basics from there. I mean, honestly, you get good quality for the price that
Is he not sponsored? I don't think he's sponsored. I think he's making a joke that he wasn't.
If you're a little tight on budget, you'll do just fine with a regular pair of dark jeans.
Maybe he's looking for a sponsorship.
Pair of jeans.
So Selvage
And
jeans.
sticking to a dark shade with no holes or distressing allows it to be
No
very
holes. Where am I gonna
versatile in
fuck
its
it?
usage.
Where am I
Meaning
gonna
that you
fuck
can
these
pair it
denims?
with many different outfits, from super casual
So
t-shirts.
in my jeans, I'm gonna embroider. Where am I gonna fuck these jeans? And then on my shirts, it's gonna be like, "Don't tell that to Ellen."
I think Uniqlo is a great
Are you gonna get
friendly option
custom
that still
jeans with
provides
embroidery?
good quality.
Yeah,
For
it's
a
gonna
little
say.
more
Like I
money,
said,
you
it's
can
gonna
get
say,
yourself some good old
"Where do I fuck
Levi's,
these
like the
jeans?"
501s.
Hey, I'm gonna put this
Although,
on.
that depends on where you live, because I know
1.5
they're much
speed.
cheaper in the US.
These subtitles.
And on the higher tier of prices, you have several great brands that provide some excellent
French.
quality denim, like APC, Edwin, or Acne Studios.
Acne
Plain
Studios,
t-shirts.
man. Didn't we all learn from Wile E.
I
Coyote?
made 2 videos
Not
just about
to-
white
not to
t-shirts,
trust that-
and here I am
that
again
company.
talking about white
Well, I
t-shirts.
guess they weren't
No, but
necessarily a
seriously,
bad
it doesn't get more
company.
basic
It was
than a
just
simple
that
t-shirt and
Wile E.
neutral
Coyote was
color.
like a
Let's face
bad.
it, these bad boys serve as the foundation
user,
for the
I
majority
guess.
of your outfits.
Consumer
So you
of
do
them.
well finding something
Yeah.
that fit you properly. You can
Is
he
add
still
neutral
talking about a
colors like
fucking
white,
t-shirt?
He's talking
gray,
about t-shirts now.
a brown leather strap, or a silver mesh
Now he's
strap
talking
like this
about
one right
watch.
here.
Simple simple everyday watch.
A nice, simple watch is an accessory that any man can pull off and an easy way to add some visual interest to your outfit. You can't go wrong if you keep it in a simple design with a black or brown leather strap or a silver mesh strap like this one right here. Some of my favorite affordable watch brands include Timex, Skagen, Mondaine, and in the mid-tier range, I really like the designs of German brand Jungens. I won't go into the higher end watches that fall into the several $1,000s range, simply because that's just a market I'm not very familiar with, given how my bank account's set up.
Because the way that my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a checking in the savings, but all my money is in the savings. I don't think my card is gonna go through.
It's Kevin Hart, hashtag menswear.
Yeah.
Leather dinner jacket.
Number 5 on the list, a timeless suit. What do I mean by timeless? Well,
I'll tell you what's timeless. 2-button, really slim lapels, short, slim fit. It's timeless.
since we're talking about essentials here, you want to get the most versatility out of your suit. So nothing too fancy, keep it classic with a single-breasted notch lapel suit in navy or charcoal gray. That'll easily get you from the boardroom to the evening cocktail party in style.
Oh my god, he said it.
A good retail brand for suits, but to be completely honest, I've never found a suit that fits me perfectly off the rack. So this one is made to measure from a French brand called Atelier NA, and I've been really happy with it.
Atelier
any good brand recommendations for ready-to-wear suits, feel free to share down in the comments. Let people know.
You're just soliciting suggestions.
By far, my favorite type of coat is the overcoat. Now, there are different variations of
Twitch?
it. Top coat, great coat, single-breasted, double-breasted, different kinds.
Sunglasses.
Everyone needs a good pair of sunnies. In fact, even on cloudy days, 80% of UV rays.
I mean, the thing with menswear is like you try and like say like, oh, here's the top 10 things you need for menswear, but then it becomes like, well, what makes an aviator better than a P3 frame, or what makes that better than, you know, it'll eventually, not eventually, it immediately goes to what's your taste, right?
Yeah.
And that's what sucks about this whole thing.
You can quickly grab on your way out on a cold or windy day. And I find that generally, medium gray, navy, and camel are three colors that allow for a lot of versatility.
It looks very
hard to complain.
Yeah, plain
if you just add a scarf in one of these three colors.
Yeah.
Personally, I love the cashmere scarves from Uniqlo.
Whoa, man, scarf with t-shirt, what is this, Scott?
Two of these is probably all you need if you're trying to keep your wardrobe minimal and get the most bang for your buck.
I don't know if MJ's here, but Scott would wear a scarf a lot
is such an
with a t-shirt or like
talking
short
about the
sleeve
classic
shirt.
gray marl sweatshirt, which is probably the most commonly made type of sweatshirt, and it's one of those classic pieces like Uniqlo or Arket for a good
gray sweatshirt. Are we assholes for assuming that people like know this?
Dress shirt in white or light blue. No matter how many.
No.
Okay. Well, that's anyway. That's what you have to do to be #menswear. Let me go to live. Maybe this will be.
Yeah. So here's the top 10 men's secrets from He Spoke Salad. So let's see it. So first we got Tim DeSaint's top 10 essentials for menswear here. Well, let's see what you need. Dress better now.
These are the things this is the things that he didn't tell you. The video.
Yeah. Talk about these 6 key things, these 6 core values.
The 6 magic
keep saying
as you begin.
Keep saying 6.
Your journey to dress better and develop your wardrobe. So we all have our own reasons for making the decision, for making the commitment to dressing better and putting some time and effort into our appearance.
Damn, that bokeh.
Ourselves to the world.
Shoulders.
It's a means of self-respect.
I respect myself.
On the other hand, it can be a way you.
I respect myself every night and morning.
And other people respect.
Yeah. It could have a sentimental value, like maybe your father and your
every
grandfather
night and morning.
Well, and you want to continue that legacy. Maybe you do it for confidence. Maybe you do it to show people that you are the type of person who cares about doing the absolute best they possibly can.
I'm gonna fuck your wife.
Whatever your reason is,
with respect.
6 principles will ensure that you are always making the most informed decisions possible while you are building and developing your wardrobe. And they all really kind of tie together and work in sync.
You're getting the 1.5.
Number one, first and foremost, is versatility. We talk about this all the time. Versatility means being able to do more with less. Having a closet full of clothes does not mean that you have more options.
Yes, it does.
Means that you have a lot of clothes that you don't wear. And I bet.
Yeah, if you're okay, I'll say if you have a big closet and you're good, you'll have options.
Probably said,
just get good, bro.
I have nothing.
Just because you have a fridge,
do this,
man. He's taking
so before you buy anything,
I mean, again, I think this is an old video, maybe 1 or 2 years old, but it's like Gentleman's Gazette with the damn.
Seriously consider whether you should actually buy that piece. Which brings us to number 2,
what do you call it?
Now, there's a reason we call certain pieces classic. A navy suit,
timeless.
Classic. Mid-gray flannel suit, classic. These are classics because they always look good and they never go out.
Stock photos. God damn, it took me forever to think of that.
Exhausting, draining on the wallet, and I would even say that it leaves you less fulfilled long-term than dressing in a more
Jesus
and timeless way. It feels good.
If you don't, it's like just a guy looking at like a rope.
Still looks good today.
Because he's not dressing timelessly.
Number 3 is quality.
I think
that's,
I think that's as far as I could go with that joke.
Yeah, he can't.
This has
yeah, don't.
Many times in my life personally when I was trying to decide between a higher priced option and something less expensive and cheaper in terms of quality. Every single time I went for the latter, the cheaper thing,
I stole it. Stole the
Sometimes I can return it. Sometimes I had to live and learn from the consequences. So I'm always willing to spend a little more for something that is well made and that I know will last. Consider that a sound investment. That brings us to number 4.
A sound investment, like hearing aid?
For quality does not always mean having to lay out a lot of cash. There are always multiple tiers of options and price points for specific products, and I encourage you to always buy the absolute best that you can afford and that makes sense for you.
Okay, so what you should do is buy the best, most timeless item. Okay.
Wardrobe, I'm definitely not going to stop you, but for the rest of us, choosing the highest quality items within
and highest quality, I got this.
Will get you the biggest
bang for your buck,
which is what we're all looking for. And
I'm the king of menswear.
I'm the king of menswear. I buy the highest quality,
number 5 is
best stuff.
Talking about menswear here, which
and it fits well and it's timeless,
is one of
and
the
that's
most
all I
important
need.
elements, as well as one that guys often get wrong.
I mean,
that's 2 sizes
distilling this into menswear to like 6 tips is very hashtag menswear.
Yeah. Hashtag menswear is when you have an old like luggage with
never going to be perfect.
champagne and a camera on it and your passport.
And one of the best things you can do to fix this is to find a
framed behind you
relationship with him or her. Getting correct fit takes time, so be patient as you consider this aspect of menswear. Number 6, confidence. If you don't believe in what you're wearing, if you don't feel good wearing it, people will be able to tell.
If they're talking about, if it's talking about religion and you're not religious, burn it.
Pieces that fit you. See, I told you everything kind of all work together here. All of that stuff can make you have more confidence. I hear this over and over and over again from guys that
people are saying this to me all day, every day.
So much more confident and have more.
I have a fun story about he spoke style. I'll say after this.
The most stylish thing a guy can have in his wardrobe. It's not hard to put simple, classic outfits together if you have the right pieces. If you've got the basics, you've got a
blazer with jeans outfit ideas.
We'll show you some.
Anyway.
So I think I think he was talking about something, and I responded to it, and then he followed me or he DM'd me saying like, "Oh, I liked your response," and he goes, "Hey, I want to like know more about you. Could you like send me like an email, and like we can like chat." And I thought this was like, oh yeah, I want to learn about your menswear journey. This is like a couple of years ago, so I wrote a really long email and like kind of talking about like my journey with menswear, and I thought maybe he was asking me for like a cover letter. Like maybe that's what he meant. You know, like I think the topic was about like photography or something like that, and I responded with like something like that was kind of about like influencers and how to do a good picture or whatever. And I'm thinking maybe and I think at the time he was hiring someone because I think because you know with a lot of these bloggers, right, in the hashtag menswear era, you know, like articles of style, like you had like a guy, you had him writing it who was the model, and you had the photographer, art director, and you had like maybe like another guy who also contributed articles. Like articles of style had Dan. Then as he started to do more stuff, he took on Wes, who we met, and is a cool, they're all cool guys. And then of course Alex was a photographer. And I'm wondering if He Spoke Style was doing the same thing at the time. And of course, He Spoke Style never responded to that email, and that's what made me think, oh, maybe it was like we should like totally connect and work together, as opposed to like a journalistic. I want to learn more about this guy Ethan, But yeah, I talked a little bit about like vintage and everything. It's kind of like a short, it's still a long email by most standards, but like it was a like a version of that old Ethan essay about like kind of figuring out who I was and everything and like where I am. Because I think he's like, oh yeah, let me know a little more about you and what you're currently up to, which sounds like.
And you're like, buddy, I don't even know who I am.
Yeah, and he goes, I just want a cover letter. But yeah, he never responded. But like I thought that was kind of funny. And yeah, I mean, hey, click on his Instagram real quick. Go through the links. Let's take a look at his stuff, because I know. Jesus, that's a lot. Oh wow! Sponsored by liquor. Cool watch.
He's looking. What is he thinking about when he's looking at it? That.
Damn it! Oh, there you go.
Good watch.
There, click it.
You just.
You can't.
Well, this may be an image of one person drink and. And it only tags
this to me is a hashtag menswear outfit because it's boring. Like it's
yeah,
like it's
check
the
shirt.
gingham or the check shirt, unbuttoned.
This looks
fun pocket
exactly
square.
like something that you could get at warehouse or big bank. Like the gingham, like the graph check shirts with those like jackets. That's like, oh yeah, this is like the Joseph Abood like roll up ad.
This might be like, is that the answer? It's like if you could conceivably get the look, like come down to like the width of the lapel and everything, at a J. Crew or Menswear House / Joseph Abood, I feel like that's what makes the hashtag menswear.
Man. White leather sneakers. Those are
that's pretty hashtag menswear. And white canvas sneakers, that's cool menswear.
Oh
that's
damn.
Us.
Well,
he
got it.
I mean,
too.
okay, so the one thing that these guys always have in common is a good taste in watches, right?
Like good. I mean, all three are bangers. I mean, it's classic.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. Can you click show more posts, or do you have to log in for that shit?
Oh, nope. Hey.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
You had to learn something the hard way.
Okay, I swear, you guys can feel free to like unsubscribe when I start doing that with Isabel or whoever I'm dating in the future, years from now. If I start turning my relationship into content, and not in a fun way, oh, she's on. What?
Did you see there were YouTubers that like filmed their breakup and like put it on YouTube?
Oh man, that's awful, dude.
Like they filmed their conversation where they like broke up and then like uploaded it.
That's yeah.
It's like crazy to me that like what people do. But you could unfollow the podcast when we start posting stogie shots.
We do have pictures of us smoking though.
Yeah, not stogie shots.
It's not yeah. Again, it's got to be cooler. Wait, that's a wedding. Okay, no offense. So I hate most wedding photography, and this like friend hug thing.
Is it the expression on his face? Like if I were the photographer, I would have said to go with something different.
I would make them embrace like human beings, not like two aliens who learned
he has, like
what a hug is.
It's like I think he just has like kind of a.
You're the man, Rick.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's doing okay. Good thing he went back to regular like lifestyle, like professional content, because this I hate this.
I really don't like.
This is the lowest common denominator for as a photographer. I'm not even a great photographer. I'm like a regular guy. Like I hate this.
I don't like the shot where you're pretending to walk in front of like a backdrop, because where are you going? Like you're walking off set? Like,
no, yeah. You're done with the shoot, and now you're walking away, and the photographer just took that picture.
Yeah, and it's again like why is his face?
Also, this is kind of a fun like Luke and bigger Luke kind of a thing. You see like if you look really close
it is a bigger Luke. So
look, he's like.
Are there two of them?
There should be. Okay, go back down. Again, I have nothing wrong against Brian here. I'm sure he's a nice guy. No, sorry, no. Like back to the wedding pictures. Oh shit.
Okay, well, I'll just refresh.
Okay, so like that. Okay, he's doing it again. This very sterile, like non-sexual. Like it doesn't even have to be a sexual. It just feels so neutral. Yeah. Like it's they're hugging, but it's not even like a waist hug.
It's like they might. There's a chance they're not really aware of each other. Somehow, it's like
maybe they're not even there.
Well, like, have you seen those like backpacks that have all the Disney princesses, and like the Disney style guide like has a weird thing where it's like, oh, the princesses can't look at each other, and so it's like this kind of like uncanny vibe where no one's acknowledging each other, and this is the same kind of thing here. They're so close and yet so far. Founders Collection.